Polarization, diversity, and the fine art of conflict management. Things happen for a certain reason, although our actual comprehension of the cause seems to be continuously wanting. Here's a case in point. Studies have shown that diversity improves the quality of virtually everything it touches, be it solving a problem, gaining perspectives, collecting ideas, utilizing potential, or achieving our goals. A heterogeneous group will, by and large, continuously seize the day. So, if this method is tried and true, how come it makes us feel so uncomfortable? Yes, that's what I said, uncomfortable. We don't like being with people that are not like us. Let me qualify that statement. We identify with those groups that represent the identity that we are trying to portray. These people might not be like us, and some of them we really can't stand. But that group makes a clear statement of who we think we are. That's why the crowd we hang around with affects our ability to change things in our own lives. Change the group, and watch how much easier you can manage your own change. The issue of polarization is nothing new. But the question we keep posing to ourselves concerns the ability for us to get along with others who see things different than ourselves. I have been as guilty as anyone, especially on the political front. Our main preoccupation seems to be in the way that we constantly harp on about the other side. And of course, the other side is never there when we're complaining about them. Like virtually every facet of our lives that have been affected by this invention, the internet amplifies the effect, good or bad. Our mistakes seem bigger. The commentary has become more vicious. Our imperfections become more glaring. Our alienation has become more pronounced. What's the real issue? The real issue is that the correction mechanism is missing. What can this look like? How about us stop identifying a person's character with their political affiliation? There's a reason people feel a certain way. The objective is not to agree with everyone, but to understand what their rationale is. Now, the reason may not be logical, and very often it has nothing to do with logic. We stop trying to stuff emotional rationale into logical frameworks. Let's be honest. Are we always deploying logic before conducting our actions? Right. I didn't think so. So we agree we need to separate the individual from the opinion. It might not be a bad idea to even make this visible. And I don't mean I think you're a great guy, but you have stupid viewpoints. I'm afraid this is not going to help our cause very much. How about this approach? You have the right to your opinion, and I would like to know more why you feel this way. How about starting with the desired results and working our way backwards? Let's assume you and I disagree about some issues, but we agree what results we expect at the end. That's great. That means we have found common ground. So let's use that as our starting point, those agreed upon results, and start tracing back to our current disagreements. Who knows? You might come up with some reasons I never even thought of before, and that will get me to think, wow, the mold of distrust has been broken, and something very powerful has taken place. Maybe you have mentioned something along the way I never even thought of before. It is a real issue that we both feel needs are to be corrected, and now the tone of our conversations have irreversibly changed. Now, I might not agree with you very often, but I'm really keen on what you have to say because you're either going to talk about something I never thought of, or maybe you'll describe something I know, but I don't know it the way that you described it. And we've got that trust thing going. So your opinion is going to matter, even if I don't agree. I'm assuming we've built up some things before we get to this point. If we trust each other, we need to respect each other. No respect, no trust. I'm also assuming that we're willing to give each other enough time to build up that respect and build up the trust. No time, no respect, no trust. Now, you might think this is a funny way to describe conflict management, but I have one question for you. That scenario I described about you and me trying to figure out a way for us to make progress, did that sound real? Could you imagine us having such a conversation? Okay, I probably wouldn't have been able to hold myself back from tossing some zingers in your direction, and let's be honest, you're not zinger for yourself, right? So go ahead and don't try to trick us here. But you could imagine such a conversation taking place, and you could imagine us reaching those results. That's magic.